Well, hi there guys, this is Rick. I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope you can see and hear me okay. Right, I am out and about in the van. We've finally finished doing the work in the van, and I thought I would just go out for a little jaunt today. Let me just get onto this road and then we can have a chat. Okay, we're on our way. Right, I'm not quite sure where I want to go yet. I was thinking perhaps heading out in Cairns general direction, which is sort of, let me think, northwesterly. And I may, if I can be bothered, I may go to a place called Lacock, which is a very, very quaint little historic town that's incredibly photogenic, and it's where they filmed things like Pride and Prejudice and all sorts of other period dramas. It's like going back in time when you go there, and I just fancy going there today. We've got plenty of daylight. It's only 10 to 12, so we've got about 4 hours of daylight. I think it'd take about an hour to get there, and I may very well end up there, but we'll see. As you can see, the van is all working very well. I've added a few extra toys. One of my biggest problems with this van was not being able to see out there. In the old van I had windows in the side so I could see, but very occasionally I'll come to an awkward junction and I physically cannot see past the side of the van, and it gets quite scary. So I just so happened to have a spare reversing camera, which wasn't much good. It was only a cheap, nasty little thing, and a little screen that I found on eBay for about 10 quid, and I plumbed them in over there. And they're on a little switch, and I've basically got a camera now that points backwards over that way. So if I ever come to one of those junctions, I just flip this switch here, and I can see what's going on in my major blind spot there. Of course, I could have just bought some blind spot mirrors, but where's the fun in that? Everything else is looking good. I've just basically moved in now. I've got all my tea and coffee and bedding and everything in the back, so it's all basically ready to go. So this is sort of like the maiden voyage, and as a camper van. Okay, we are on the Avebury Road. I came up from Marlborough. The weather's starting to turn. See over there, hopefully you can see over there, some very dark clouds. I saw some rain in the distance earlier, so we'll have to I'm not quite sure whether I'll end up reaching Lacock or not. I think I might end up there. Whether or not I get out and have a look, well, it depends on the weather, but if I do, I'll take the GoPro with me. Yes, I know there'll probably be a bit of lens distortion, although I've just heard they've brought out the GoPro 3 now, and apparently they've got rid of the barreling effect on the lens. I'm only using the GoPro 2, which of course still has that mad fisheye lens. I haven't looked up whether or not you still get the full 170 degrees of field of view or not. We'll have to look that up, but at the moment it's a little bit too expensive for my liking, because buying this van wiped me out, so I'm going to be a little while before I can start buying more toys. But I may very well get a new GoPro 3 at some point in the nearish future. We'll see how the money goes. Of course, we've got Christmas coming up. What is it with Christmas and people going mad shopping? It's crazy. I was driving through town yesterday. It was a Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was gridlock. And it was like everybody was on this mad rush to get all the toys and the food and everything in for Christmas. And when you think about it, on Christmas, the shops are closed for one day. One day. And you see people at supermarkets, they've got trolley loads and trolley loads of food, oh my goodness, the shops are going to close for like one day. How crazy is that? But yeah, it's absolutely crazy when you see these people out there just, you know, buying up like, you know, like there's never going to be any food ever again. It's absolutely laughable. And again, in town you couldn't move. Here's Avebury, by the way. This is Avebury Stone Circle. You can probably see all the stones here. I'll do a little walk around here one day. I think you've got Silbury Hill. It's a pretty slippery road here. You've got Silbury Hill over there in the distance, but I don't think you're going to see that. It's behind the hill there. But yeah, I sort of, if I could ban Christmas, I would, I think. Not in a kind of bar humbug Scrooge sort of way, but more in a forget the consumerism, concentrate on, you know, sort of humanism type of arrangement. I think that, you know, that could be a good thing. I can't get over how slippery these roads are. I'm sliding around all over the place here. I'm not going that fast either. Okay, we're just going through the little town of Devizes. But yeah, this is a funny little town. I'm not quite sure what I make of Devizes. It's more of a through town than one that you stop at.
In 400 yards, bear right.
Bear right. Right you are, Dave. Right, I thought I'd just have a quick look at this nice view. Quite high up here actually, and I'm not quite sure how many miles from Chippenham we are, but I've never been down this road before. So,
Straight on.
Thank you. Okay, that's an odd-looking little church. I've not seen one like that before. This is the Wiltshire countryside, or a good chunk of it. Apparently, Wiltshire is one of the loneliest areas in the country. It's a landlocked county, and it only has two major cities, or two major towns, Salisbury and Swindon, and that's it. And it's quite a big county. Not really sure if you want to know that sort of thing, but there you go. I know a lot of my American friends, they never get to see, you know, they're quite interested in the backwaters of England, as it were, because I know you guys get to see all the touristy bits, but it's quite rare to see like the real country, and this is real country. It's an odd looking little bridge. I've not been over this bridge before. Look at this big long narrow thing. Hopefully they're going to wait for me at the other end. Yes, they are. Good. Ooh. That's tight. Ah. Actually, I'm still not used to the width of this van. I still think it's wider than it is. And if I look in my rearview mirror there,
The next junction, bear left.
I sort of realise I'm still quite a few feet away from the edge, where I think I'm almost on it. Right, it's got to go left. Which is the road goes round. Oh, we're in Lake. This is Lacock. Haha. We're here.
Yards, turn right.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Coaches only. All right. Oh, this is the car park to Lacock, and the sun's out, so I think I'll go and have a look. Why not? Oh, this is all disabled. Fine. Oh, there's a non-disabled there.
At the end of the road, turn right.
It's all right, Dave. I'm here. Don't worry about it, mate. We're sorted. Wow. Let's go take a look. Oh, that's typical. I've got to pay for parking. I'm actually a National Trust member, but since I changed my van, I lost my National Trust parking sticker. So unfortunately, I'll have to get another one. There you go, Lacock Abbey and grounds for Talbot Museum and Exhibition, bookshop and plants. Oh. It's a busker. Oh, I feel like I'm going back in time as I walk further into this place. I think this is the shop where they just shut the doors one day and it's sort of never opened again, and it's literally an old-fashioned shop that's basically like a time capsule. Wow. Hopefully you can see that okay. See old scales in there and everything. There's the window. Don't see shops like this anymore. Look at these buildings, unbelievable. A little food store. There you go. That's where the old blacksmith used to be, I think. Or I might be wrong, but I know when they had a film set here not so long ago, I was down just kind of watching them. They were filming Pride and Prejudice. Actually, it was quite a long time ago. Yeah, this was all done out as the blacksmith just here. Amazing. But honestly, it's like going back in time. It's just got this feel to it that I can't really explain. I know there's a little quaint street we can go down in a minute. It's very narrow and it gets more interesting. Quintessentially English, purveyors of all things beautiful. There we go. Not sure if you're going to be getting the barrelling effect. I'd imagine you will be, so I do apologise for that. If I get the time, I will try to flatten it out, but it takes forever to render, so I'm not sure that's going to happen. So I think this is one of the oldest pubs in the country. I might be wrong about that. I need to look at my history before I go to these places a bit better. Sign of the Angel. Lunches, snacks and suppers. Antique furniture and resident ghost. There we go. Now you know. Big log fires. Ooh. This is times when it's better not to be on your own, because you feel very, very conspicuous walking into a pub with a camera on your own. It's just a bit, yeah, it's something I'll do. I'll have to get my mate Kev to come along with me and we'll go and have a pint in there. look at this. It's just amazing. I've got the smell of wood burning stoves. Quite a strong smell. It's a Carpenter's Arms. Hopefully this battery's still lasting. Yes, it is. Wiltshire Crafts. Lacock Pottery. Church open, please come in. Big old church there, big old English church, look at that. Hopefully you're getting the beautiful blue sky that I'm seeing here. Wow, let's have a look what's around the corner there. Lacock Pottery. I have no idea what the quality of this picture is going to be like, whether it's going to be jiggling around all over the place, because I'm hand holding it, I haven't got my tripod on it. Just being curious really. Oh wow, look at that building. It's amazing. All the crows and rooks. Herringbone sky, what does that mean? See the sky over there, it's got like fish scales. I think that means something, but I'm not sure what. I think there's water down here. Let's go and have a look. How'd you like to live in a place like this? I'd imagine you get fed up with people walking around with cameras everywhere. Tourists all the time. Some bedding plants there, look. A little pussycat. I bet he gets lots of fuss from the tourists. The tourists. Yes, like I'm not a tourist. I'm just here with a camera. Hello. Hello. Lovely little thing, aren't you? Oh, more houses. Look at this. Lovely. There's actually a ford there. Look at that. A nice little bridge. I bet you that looks great in the summertime. When the sun's in the right place and we got all that lush yellowy green from all the vegetation, I bet that will make a great photo. Water looks pretty clear. So we've got a ford you can drive through and then come up the other side, or you've got a path the other side. I've been up there before actually, there's just a couple of little houses and then it pitters out into a field. But wow, it's just so scenic. Just all so pretty. Now, there's another place down the road, well, say down the road, it's quite away from here I think, it's called Castle Combe. And I'm going to go there, probably not today, but I will go there another day, and that is just, oh, it's the sort of place where they'll take a photograph and then stick it on a chocolate box, because it's just so pretty, you know, so scenic, but of course the problem is it's full of tourists. I mean, all the time, all the year round, there are just so many people there because you know, it's the place to see. But yeah, this is just a delightful little place. I'm very, very, very happy I came here actually, just to have a quick look around. I can go back to the van and make a cup of tea, have a little bite to eat, and then head back maybe. We'll see. I have to change hands and put this one in my pocket because it's freezing. A little tea room and garden there. Little trinket shop. Oh look, that looks really quaint. Probably wouldn't sit outside in this weather, but maybe somewhere for the summer. I wouldn't even like to hazard a guess as to how old these buildings are, but like I say, I really ought to do my homework before I come to these places. I can be a little bit more informative. So I think this one takes us back to the Red Lion pub, so we've been round the block, as it were. So, arts and gifts. They're closed at the moment. Nice little motor. Lotus. Used to be the acronym for loads of trouble, usually serious. There's one house there painted bright yellow. Well, that's more magnolia than bright yellow, but I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised they've been able to do that. So these places are very, very strict as far as you can live in them, but you can't do any adjustments to them. You certainly couldn't have like UPVC double glazing and things like that put into them. So I'm amazed they got away with that. Maybe they just didn't ask, just got on with it. Yeah, there's just a really cool feel to this place. I can't put my finger on it. It just feels like I've gone back in time. Let's have a look in here. This must be a tithe barn. The barn, Lacock. Prior to the dissolution of the monasteries, this tithe barn was attached to Lacock Abbey, 14th century. Was in all probability built into the precinct wall of the abbey. I'm not going to read the rest. Wow, 14th century. That's a long, long time ago. So this is where the tithings would have been held. You bring your 10% or whatever it was. Wow.
It's got any darker, is it?
So there we go, that's Lacock. Delightful little place. If you ever come to England, this is a place to check out. Look how crooked that barn is. That's the barn we were in a minute ago. Can you see how it's leaning? It's hard to tell, but it's got a really precarious looking... Actually, you're not gonna see it on this because it's gonna look distorted anyway. But that's not straight lines. That's distorted. Wow. I like these days out. Now, time to go back to the van for a cup of tea. My poor van is filthy, look. That's what you get for driving down these country roads. That's the colour it should be, and that's the colour it is. Right, let's go make a cup of tea. Oh, let's get some lights on. Ta-da! Right then, let's see if we can get a cup of tea on, how easy it is. This is the cooker I've been using, or I'm going to be using. You should be able to see that, yeah. It's one of those briefcase type cookers. One cup of tea plus a pot noodle. That'll do it. There we go. Boils pretty quick too. There we go. And that'll be boiling before you know it. There we go. milk. Really ought to smell it before I put it in, haven't I, really? So, what do I think? Well, so far so good. I think I can do pretty much the same things with this van as I could with the other van, just with a little less headroom, that's all. But I can live with that, I'm quite happy about that. 130. You know what? Let me check my map. I want to see if I can... I want to see how far away Castle Combe is. If it's not too far, I might go and have a look. Okay, let's take a look. How far is Castle Combe from where we are? Route here. 14:02. What time is it now? 1:39. It's only 25 minutes ago. Let's go and have a look at Castle Combe as well then, shall we?